नमस्ते स्टूडेंट्स, खुश रहो बेटियों। आई जेवी एंड डॉक्टर नरेंद्र सिंह शेखावत, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ शल्य तंत्र, फैकल्टी ऑफ आयुर्वेदिक साइंस, ज्योति विद्यापीठ वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी। In previous class, we discussed about anatomy of stomach, then pyloric stenosis, then and peptic ulcer part first. In today in peptic ulcer part 2, we discuss about general symptoms of peptic ulcer, complications of peptic ulcer, diagnostic of peptic ulcer, and general management of peptic ulcer. Let's begin. General peptic ulcer, symptoms of general peptic ulcer: epigastric tenderness. In gastric ulcer, tenderness feel in epigastrium left to midline, and in duodenal ulcer, tenderness feel in mid to right of epigastrium. Sharp burning, aching, gnawing pain, dyspepsia, nausea, and belching. Complications of peptic ulcer like hemorrhage, perforation, narrowing and obstruction. This is called pyloric stricture or pyloric stenosis. Diagnostic test of for pyloric for peptic ulcer is first EGD. EGD means esophagogastroduodenoscopy. Esophagogastroduodenoscopy. This is the endoscopic procedure. And now we will discuss about the drug therapy or medication therapy for peptic ulcer. Let's provide pain relief medicines, antacids and mucosa protectors. Second, eradicate the Histolytica pylori infection, 2 antibiotics and 1 acid suppressor. Next, heal ulcer. For healing ulcer, eradicate infection, protect until ulcer heal. Prevent recurrence. For prevent recurrence, decrease high acid stimulating food in susceptible people. Avoid use of potential ulcer causing drugs. Stop smoking. Hyposecretory drugs like proton pump inhibitors, ACE2 receptor antagonists, antacids, prostaglandin analogs, and mucosal barrier fertilizers are used. If it is not treated, then we will in the treatment for surgery greatly decreased in the last 20 to 30 years, secondary to the discovery of Histolytica pylori. Required if ulcer in one of these states performed and overflowed into the duodenum, scarred and swelled so that there is obstruction, acute bleeding, and non-responsive to medications. Types of surgical procedure. First one is gastroenterostomy. Allows regurgitation of alkaline duodenal contents into the stomach. Creates a passage between the body of stomach to small intestine. This one is the body of stomach, and connect to the this one is the intestine. So avoid this, bypass this duodenal part and communicate from body of stomach to intestine directly. This one. Okay, students. This one is gastro and duodenostomy. This one is a gastroduodenoscopy. Okay, students. This one is gastroduodenostomy. this one is gastroduodenal stoma. Okay, student. सेकेंड वेगोटोमी, कट वेगस नर्व एलिमिनेट एसिड सिक्रेशन स्टिमुलेंट्स, क्योंकि जो वेगस नर्व होती है वो एसिड सिक्रेशन करती है स्टमक में, तो उसको पाथ ऑफ वेगस नर्व इज कट डिवाइडेड, दिस इज द वेगोटोमी. These are the showing of surgical pyloroplasty. Widens the pylorus to guarantee stomach empty with, even without vagus nerve stimulation. इसमें अपन क्या करते हैं, जो वेगस पाइलोरिक स्फिंक्टर वाला पार्ट होते हैं उसकी जो मस्कुलर है उसको वाइड करते हैं और उसमें इंसिजन कट लगाने के बाद उसको थोड़ा विडन कर देते हैं विदाउट वेगस नर्व स्टिमुलेशन. टाइप्स ऑफ अदर सर्जिकल प्रोसीजर, एंटेरोटोमी या सब टोटल गैस्ट्रेक्टोमी. सब टोटल गैस्ट्रेक्टोमी, remainder must be reattached to the rest of the bowel below 1, below 2. Below 1 is distal portion of the stomach is removed. Enterectomy, repeat, I am repeat this. Lower half of stomach must cut most of the acid. Lower half of the stomach makes most of the acid real. Removing this portion decrease the acid production. This is the enterectomy. Subtotal gastrectomy, remove 2/3 of the stomach. This is the subtotal gastrectomy. Third one is remainder must be reattached to the rest of the bowel. There are two types of, first one is a Billroth and second is Billroth 2. Let's understand. Billroth 1. In Billroth 1, distal portion of the stomach, distal portion of the stomach, distal portion of the stomach, this stomach is removed. The remainder is anastomotic to the duodenum. This the stomach part of stomach has been removed and distal portion of stomach is anastomotic to the duodenum. This one. It means the most of the acid production part has been removed. This is the Billroth first. Now Billroth second. In Billroth, the lower portion of the stomach is removed and the remainder is anastomotic to the jejunum. In this portion, in this type, the lower portion of stomach is removed and the anastomotic to the jejunum. This is the jejunum part. This is the jejunum part attached to the lower portion of the stomach. Clear, students? Postoperative care, you can see in nasogastric tube monitor the postoperative complication, bleeding, duodenal stump leak, gastric retention, dumping syndrome, anemia, and malabsorption of fat. So, student, this is all about the stomach disorders. This is one is a peptic ulcer. So, students, I hope you are satisfied with this digital session. If you have any doubts and queries, mention in comment box. I will resolve it soon. Thank you, students. Namaste, students. I, Devi, and Dr. Naren Singh Shekhawat, Assistant Professor, Department of Salyatantra, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. In previous class, we discussed about some another parts of treatment of cholelithiasis, include non-surgical removal of gallstone and ESWL also. In today's class, we will discuss about some rest part of treatment of cholelithiasis. Let's begin with ICL, intracorporeal lithotripsy. Fragmented by means of laser pulse technology, a laser pulse is directed under fluoroscopic guidance with the use of device that can disintegrate between stones and tissue, produce rapid expansion and disintegration of plasma on the stone surface, resulting in a mechanical shock wave. Electrohydrolytic lithotripsy uses a probe with two electrodes that deliver electric sparks in rapid pulses, creating expansion of liquid environment surrounding the gallstone. This results in pressure waves that cause stones to fragment. Can be employed percutaneously with the use of a basket or balloon catheter system or by direct visualization through a endoscope. Repeated procedures may be necessary due to stone size, local anatomy, bleeding, or technical difficulty. A nasobiliary tube can be inserted to allow the biliary decompression, prevent stone impaction in the CVD. This approach allows time for improvement in the patient's clinical condition until gallstones are cleared endoscopically, percutaneously, or surgically. Surgical management. First is laparoscopic cholecystectomy. If the common bile duct is thought to be obstructed by a gallstone, an ERCP with sphincterectomy may be performed through a small incision or puncture made through the abdominal wall in the umbilicus. Okay, so this is the endoscopic cholecystectomy procedure. As you can see, there are three ports. Cholecystectomy. Gallbladder is removed through an abdominal incision, usually right subcostal, after the cystic duct and artery are ligated. Performed for acute and chronic cholecystitis. Drain may be placed close to the gallbladder bed and brought out through a puncture wound if there is a bile leak. Drain pipe is chosen based on the physician's preference. Small incision cholecystectomy. Gallbladder is removed through a small incision. If needed, the surgical incision is extended to remove large gallbladder stone. Drain may or may not be used. The cost savings resulting from the shorter hospital stay have been identified as a major reason for pursuing this type of procedure. The procedure is controversial because it limits exposure to all the involved biliary structures. Choledochostomy, an incision into the common duct usually for removal of stones. After the stones have been evacuated, a tube usually is inserted into the duct for drainage of bile until edema subsides. This tube is connected to gravity drainage tubing. The patient is monitored closely. A laparoscopic cholecystectomy is planned for a future date after acute inflammation is resolved. Now, surgical cholecystectomy, cystotomy. Performed when the patient's condition prevents more extensive surgery and when an acute inflammatory reaction is severe. When acute is severe.